Hello. How are you? You're my first person today. Is it Shoot Sushmita? Hey, anime. How are you? Hello, everybody. Everybody's kind of funneling in. How is everybody? Hello, hello. Hi from Mississippi. Good morning. Oh, thanks for loving my art. Hello, Philippines. Hello, Czech. Hey. So, Donna, hey Bethany. So Donna is on a business call this morning, and so I thought I would try out the live, the vertical live. So I'm gonna be reading the thing. So this is just gonna go really slow. Donna will be probably here maybe in half an hour, depending on the longer she's away, the better the business meeting goes. I think. So I am. I'm just gonna lightly doodle in my travel journal, and then I will keep looking at the comments. But the mods, Bethany and Steph and Nixia and Emma are going to be helping with the comments. So because I'm going to be going back and forth between my art and trying to read comments. So please, please, please take whatever they say as speaking for me and wanting to help out. So no need to spam if you are seeing an answer to your question. It's been a while since I've seen you too. Yeah, they're not making answers up for funsies. So you may have seen that I went to the Tennessee Ren Fest, and it was really great. But I never know kind what kind of day I'm going to have and if things are going to be overwhelming for me or not. And sometimes I can make it and sometimes I can't. And I think because Quincy and Hollyana were there, I kept turning my noise canceling headphones to aware mode so I could speak to them. And I think that didn't help because I was getting so much overstimulation from so many people, at being at the Renfest. And I just really could only stay for maybe 2 hours. And then I had to go back home. And so I didn't get a chance to sketch. And I felt horrible because I was walking around with my sketchbook and I wanted to just sit and sketch. That was something that I really wanted to do for myself. And so I was feeling really bad about that the last couple days. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to sketch anyhow. I'm going to just take the photographs that I have and I'm just going to sketch that. But I, I, I really wanted to sit and just find a quiet spot and doodle. And I feel like I missed out on that. How is everybody doing? I'm going to pause from time to time to read the comments, so because I don't have Donna here reading them. Donna is in a business meeting, and so we're talking movies and whatnot. So that is a good thing. I am sketching in my travel journal. You guys, this is my travel journal, and I don't. I haven't been able to use it as much. There is a short on making the second eye, Flora, specifically on that. I'm gonna get a little bit more of Quincy's glasses in here before I glance up again at the comments. Oh, thank you, Anonymous Hippopotamus. Hi, Barry. Hi, Naomi. Hi, Rain. I love all things Ren Fair too, Mushroom Cat. I did post a couple of the photos in my community section. But yeah, I go to the Ren Fair wanting to just sit and sketch fairies and just having a good time, quietly doodling. And I haven't yet really been able to make it work as well as I want to. Do you plan to make another A to Z? I was thinking of doing the 70s, and it's still on my to-do list. What's been going on lately has been a lot of movie stuff. Not to spill the tea, but we're talking about doing a sequel to Animal Crackers. It wasn't really on my radar to do that, but there's a Netflix has said they wanted to see that, and we have investors and the cast, and so that's kind of what's been going on. Don't tell anybody. So this is it's been kind of going on where that's been a lot of what's been occupying our time. Thanks, Speed Boost Boy. So, and I'm looking up at the photo reference a lot. So if you just see me just pausing, that's what I'm doing. Is I'm looking at the photo reference. Let me just. Scott, would you be willing to make a video comparing digital art, blending, and sketching, etc., to traditional? I don't think I'm qualified to do that. Do I have a favorite bird? Peregrine falcon. Where did you travel to visit? Well, let's see. I've traveled. This was the Tennessee Renaissance Festival, but here I will show you where I have been in this travel journal. This is the first page. So the first thing we did was we went to the zoo. This was November of 2022. So this is why I feel bad that I haven't used my sketchbook as much, the travel journal as much as I'd like to, but I can only get out as often as I can get out. This was the zoo. This was Leaper's Fork. I went sketching with my friend Ashley. This was January 2023. This was our 30th anniversary. We went to Disney World. I don't have Copic markers. I've used them before, but I don't have them. I don't think they're really worth the money. This was nice because I got to sit and sketch. We got to just find little places and sit and sketch, and I really liked that. This I didn't travel for. This was just the Beatles. This was Cy the cassowary at the Nashville Zoo. This was Mei Lee, the red panda. And this was Stanley the rhinoceros hornbill. And then we went to Paris, Paris, Tennessee, where they actually have a little mini Eiffel Tower. And then Santa came to visit. We went to Monterey to go see. Our son was playing rugby in Monterey. His school was playing Monterey. And we stayed in Carmel, which was really pretty. That's our son playing rugby. He scored a try, which is like a touchdown. More Carmel. And then this was Z the Clouded Leopard. And this was Andre the 6-year-old Tamandua. We drove down to Chattanooga. This was the dinosaur exhibit. And this was the week that we lost Arwen, our dog. This was last July. And this was last year's Tennessee Renaissance Festival. And by the way, I brought my sketchbook with me, and I got to show the fairies, the finished drawing. But you see, like the little, I like stuff like that, where it's just kind of just, this is what it feels like to walk through the Tennessee Renaissance Festival, which I liked. And these are the toucans at the zoo. We went to our first Pride Festival. That was really nice. This was the Galapagos tortoises. This is mental health stuff. This is my first ever self-portrait. The guinea pig village. And Charlie the prehensile tail porcupine. So if it wasn't for the zoo, I don't think I would have left the house. The zoo really got us out of the house. There was a live where I was teaching my friend Max Randolph about watercolors, and so I sketched the Hobbit hole. And then I met Ashley again for coffee, coincidentally, almost a year to the date when I last saw her, which was November 28th, 2022. And then I saw her November 29th, 2023. So that's the kind of friend I am. You'll be lucky to see me once a year. Donna took me down to Florida for my 55th birthday. And there was a really nice record shop, and we sketched. And then recently we went to Cheekwood, and then I sketched outside of there's a coffee shop in downtown Franklin called the Fainting Goat. And then we're caught up to today. So what's my favorite thing to draw? I like hair. I like to draw long hair. Donna is, she is on a business call. And so she's upstairs talking about an Animal Crackers 2 movie. So there might be a sequel in the works. But don't tell anybody. So I am the mods are answering questions where I won't be able to see most of your questions. And I'm reading, so I'm recording this, or you're seeing this live from my phone. I did do a very smart thing, if I say so myself, and I put my phone on airplane mode so I don't get phone calls, because I always hate that. Are you going to do more videos with your travel journal at the National Zoo this summer? I need to reach out to them. It's funny because I was talking to Hollyana, who has always wanted to meet a giraffe. And I know that they were asking me, they're like, hey, would you want to come meet the giraffe? So I was like, oh, I'm going to see if Hollyana wants to come. So we might do a thing where we go with Hollyana. I think she would really like that. Thank you. What's your favorite piece of, I'll say art? Spring by Sir Lawrence Alma-Tadema. I did do a journal about different countries. It's there's a playlist. It's the animals from around the world, and it was the national animals for each country. Well, 30 of them, not every country, but 30 of them. Go and see if your country is on there. Oh, hello from the hello Netherlands. I'm a young artist trying to learn art. What style should I start with, and shall I use colored pencils or gouache or anything else? I'm a beginner right now. I would use paper and pencil, and I would just study. I would draw the world around you. Just learn to draw what you see. Oop! I forgot to hit start on the recording. Draw what you see. That is the best thing you can do. Is like I have never drawn Quincy before, but because I have gotten good at drawing what I see, I am able to draw his goggles and his shirt and everything else. And I think that is the best thing you could do. Don't worry about color. Don't worry about making art. Just fill up a sketchbook with the things you see. Get really good at drawing things. And then from there, you could go and you could take up colored pencils or watercolors or gouache or whatever. But drawing is, I think, the most important tool you could teach yourself. Let me make sure I got this right here. What's my favorite medium? Right now, I think it's this. I think it's the watercolors and ink. I feel that it's very versatile, and I could draw cars and I could draw people and I could draw places and I could draw things. Whereas I think I don't feel as comfortable with that with gouache or colored pencils. I think for me, I feel that with colored pencils, I feel like I need to do more realistic, and with gouache, I could be more impressionistic. So I think each medium for me has its own feeling. It's in shorts format today because Donna is on a business call, and I just grabbed my phone and I didn't want to do because the way that we have the setup is I use like a webcam, and we have a microphone, and everything is run through the computer, which is like 10 feet that way in the hobbit hole. And so this was just a way that I can see the comments and everything. Hey, Ryan. How you doing? Do you love keeping the drowning? Oh, I guess the drawing without colors or with the colors. I like keeping the drawing with the colors. That's why I like doing the inking. It kind of gives me a little bit of a guideline, and I feel like it becomes a part of the art of it all. Thanks, Sarah. Do I have a favorite artist? I don't, but I have a lot of favorite artists, and I just please don't make me choose. So it's like it's Drew Struzan, it's J.C. Leyendecker, it's Maxwell Parrish, it's John Buscema. Uh, there's Barry Windsor Smith. There's so many. My favorite color is Payne's Gray. Hey Scott, I've been struggling with getting an ADHD test. It's gotten really bad, but my parents keep telling me it's just because I am GT. Any advice? I don't know what GT stands for, but I think you know it's expensive, and I could understand some parents just don't want to do it because they might think that oh, you're fine or something. I would talk to your school counselor and see if they can help, because I know that schools will recommend testing or even have testing depending on the school, and see if they could at least get you a preliminary test. Maybe they can have someone test you. Have I ever designed a character? Oh yeah, many characters. Yeah, I used to design characters when I was working in video games. Um, I designed comic book characters. Um, I don't really feel it's my strong suit, but I have done it a lot. Hello from Greece. Hi, Scott. I'm 17 years old. I started oil painting, or should I buy? I start oil painting, or should I buy paint for printing? I also start with printing, but I don't know what paint to buy for it. If you're going to do oils, I would talk to Bethany. She's here. But I think, as I mentioned to someone else before who was also a beginner, it was if you are a beginner, don't jump into painting. Get good at drawing. The foundation for any artist is drawing. Unless you just plan on being like an abstract artist who doesn't do forms or anything, but really get good at drawing. Just pencil and paper and a sketchbook. Thank you, Katie. That's very nice of you. Which medium have you never tried? Um, I don't think I've ever done like stained glass. Um, I, I, I mean, I've tried digital. I've done some sculpting. Not like serious, but Play-Doh and things like that. Um, I don't recall ever doing any kind of real printmaking. He's got these cool little uh, vials on his arm, which is I love that. I love those little details. It was so funny. Everywhere we went, people were like, "Oh my God, Quincy!" He's so iconic with this look. Have you seen Jaza? I don't know. No, I don't know if I've seen Jaza. I don't know who or what they are. What is your favorite pen for inking? I like the Zebra brush pen, what I'm using right here. Should I go to art middle school or middle smart school? I would say if you can go to a middle smart school because you are smart, please do that. You can always do art. You don't need any kind of real training or anything like that for art. Whereas if you have something that you could fall back on career wise because you went to smart school, do that. Most artists that I know did not go to art school. They just kind of picked it up where they as they came along. My friend Frank Cho he was nursing school, and he's doing fantastic. What's your favorite art medium? I like watercolor and ink. What I'm doing right now. I don't think I'm going to get to the watercolor part today, but um, I like that. Oh, Jazz is a YouTube artist that does all kinds of different projects. Oh, okay. Thanks, Ryan. I'm really good at drawing. I have a professor, and he tells me that I'm really good with measurements, etc. I do charcoal and acrylics. That's great. I prepare for an art school in Athens. That would be wonderful. How come you put Scott? How come you put the most beautiful paintings that you don't like in the corner of shame? You should give them a chance, or maybe fix them up. It's some pieces just you have an idea in your head of what you think it's going to look like, and then when it stops doing that, and it stops becoming fun, uh, I've just learned to let them go, and I don't look back. Like I don't look at those pieces in the corner of shame with any regret. I don't, and I've never felt the need or the desire to um, pick them up and work on them again. And I think that's good. I think it's okay for me to walk away from a piece. I think that's healthy. That I don't obsess over what might have been. not every piece is going to be a winner, and I know that, and I'm okay with that. What inspires you to make art the most? The world around me. I see beauty in costumes and in hair and all sorts of things like that, and it just in I think I kind of look at myself like a collector, and I like to collect things to put into my sketchbook or to make art. Like, I love this. I want to own it. I want to own it. I want to absorb it in some way. And I think that is what I get out of it. He's got a tattoo here, and then tattoo here. Like that. And that's so that's what inspires me is the art I see in the world. Which pen are you using? This is a zebra brush pen, and it's a brush tip, so you can see I can get thicker lines and thinner lines just by how hard I push down. I really love that. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna try to draw Holly. My favorite hockey team. I don't have a favorite hockey team. When we were in San Jose, it was the Sharks. When we were in Los Angeles, it was the Ducks. When we moved out here, it was the Preds. When I was in New York, it was the Rangers. I just I always liked the local team. All right, sorry, I'm gonna just be semi quiet here for a second because I'm gonna try to make a circle, and I know it's not gonna be a good circle. My hand is resting on the um, the wires, and it is giving me no stability. So I always hate drawing on this side of the page. I always feel like my art is worse on this side because I just don't have anywhere to rest my hand. Would you visit Ecuador? Yeah, I would love to. Hey, Scott, any tips for finding your own style? There is a video called "My Art Is a Mosaic." It's a short. I want to make a longer video, and it's on my to-do list. Um, but yeah, right now it is "My Art Is a Mosaic" is the only thing that I have that's kind of close to that. I hope I don't make a mistake on poor Hollyana. She's so infectiously adorable. I am in the Hobbit hole right now. Here, I will show you. It's a bit messy, so my apologies. But here is the Hobbit hole. My son has been playing Overwatch with me from time to time because he's home from school. So that's where he's playing. And then here's the rest of it. And see, there's my photo reference. And this is where I'm recording what I'm drawing. And that's that. Oop, come on. There you go. Well, since I have you guys up, you guys want me to walk around a little bit and show you around? So here, I'll walk to the other end, and then we'll look and you guys can see the rest of the Hobbit hole. See, it's so messy. And I put the corner of shame. I put everything into the that little portfolio there. So that's now my corner of shame is over there. And here's the painting that Leslie did for me. We did that pen pal art thing. Um, there's some Star Trek figures. There's my series of Bone that Jeff Smith signed for me. There's Superman. It's messier than it should be, we'll say. Yeah, this is all my stuff. And oh, there's me with John and Emily, and there's you with Danny, and there's Donna's favorite picture because it's got Huey Lewis in it. So there's me with Ian McKellen. And remember, I said my favorite, one of my favorite artists is Drew Struzan. That's Drew Struzan. He's the one who did like all of the movie posters. Just really, really cool. And here's all my colored pencils. And there's all of my other art supplies. And I think that's everything. No, I'm not famous. I got to meet famous people. The thing on the ground under my desk. Oh, that's a mat. It's like it's a cushion, so that way my feet don't get sore. It's I think it's called like a cook's mat or a chef's mat or something like that. Anti-fatigue mat. Yeah, that sounds good. So I'm gonna open this up and see if it helps it a little bit. I don't know. This is just really bothering me not having something solid to rest my hand on. Give me a second and I will. Yeah, it's a standing desk. I like it because it has. Oop, I just did all of that out of frame. I like it because it's got these cool gears. It's like an old. So you turn these gears and whatnot to make it go up and down, which is really kind of cool. All right, let's see if we can. Sorry, I just feel so uneasy without being able to, like, I like to rest my hand, so I feel so uneasy with that. Oh, tell your cat I said hi. Your legs and your legs and thighs will get better at it. It's it takes some getting used to. I'm gonna open her eyes up a little bit. But it's been good for my back. Thank you, Basement Sage. Yeah, drawing glasses, what you have to do is you have to draw what's underneath it, especially if they're in any way see-through. And then you can just draw the around part and then I'll color it in so it's darker later on. And then it looks okay because you can kind of see a little bit through it. But they're glasses, so they are a little see-through. She's wearing this little tiara kind of Lord of the Rings thing, which is really fun. This is my friends Quincy and Hollyana. My favorite art style, I think I like the Romantic period and I like the Pre-Raphaelite period. Do you like Tears of the Kingdom? And if you do, what's your favorite part? Oh, absolutely. All of it. I just liked walking around and exploring it. And I think I have some Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, there. On the desk. See? And then I have. Well, these were actually, I think, Breath of the Wild. But where's the princess? I know she's around here somewhere. I forgot where I put her. I got this little one. But where's the princess? Oh, there she is. It's all the way over here. Oh, there you go. Hey, Donna's here.
Do you want me to come in? I'm not coming in if you're waving the phone around. I saw that.
Oh, no. I was just, someone was asking about
I saw
Zelda.
the optical tour, but I was like, I am not getting in the middle of that. I have no makeup on.
You're not on camera.
So why'd you do it that way today?
I just, I didn't want to run the whole, I wouldn't be able to read the comments. So this way I could look down and read the comments. So that's all.
Everybody was asking in the chat why you chose that.
Yeah.
That specific thing. You can tell everybody I said hi because they won't be able to hear me.
Yeah. Donna's saying hi.
Unless they are happy with the ASMR and you today, and then I'll go back upstairs, which is fine with me. I'm good either way. Did you answer why you chose to work in your travel journal today?
I needed something to do.
And how can they hear me?
Well, you're very loud.
Okay. Everybody's like, did you talk about your pen that you're using?
I did.
Did you talk about your notebook that you're using?
No one's asked me about I haven't seen any questions about the notebook. This is my favorite sketchbook, which is the Be Creative sketchbook.
What's your favorite video game?
I like the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
What is your best advice?
Draw everything every day.
Let's see. How much is the sketchbook?
Oh, I think it's around $15.
Okay, well, if Scott's doing great, I'll just go upstairs and have some breakfast. You guys, Scott's been doing great. I'm really okay with that. I can go make another cup of tea.
How are you in any way offended by that?
No, that's not offended. That's me going, great. I can go upstairs and make some tea. That's fine. Did you know that animal crackers is mentioned in a Nora Roberts book? They were probably talking about the 1930s animal crackers.
Yeah.
Not our animal crackers.
Yeah.
Leslie wants to know, what is so special about that sketchbook?
Oh, it is 100% cotton paper, which is really, really wonderful. Did I add some sort of filter or anything to this? It looks a little more brown than normal, but it is, let's see, no filter. Okay, good. Yeah, it's 100% cotton paper, which is just it absorbs the colors so good. And if you look at the colors, they're so vibrant, really, really vibrant. And it's just it just makes your watercolors really, really good. If you have an art store nearby that has 100% cotton paper, and if they can maybe give you a swatch or something like that, if you ever get a chance to try 100% cotton paper, do it. But for $15 for a sketchbook, and you guys have seen how much, I mean, I don't know how many pages it is, but I mean, I'm
40.
only halfway through this sketchbook. Really, seriously, it's a really good deal.
30 sheets.
30 sheets, so 60 pages if you're doing both sides, which you absolutely can do both sides.
Tell Joyville I have heard of a commonplace book.
Donna says she has heard of a commonplace book.
And Marjolaine went to the zoo and saw a red panda. That is very exciting.
Oh, that's great. The other thing I like about it is it's not too bumpy paper, which means that my inking looks nice on it, which I like.
Farid says, I was going to ask you how comfortable drawing on the backside of the page is.
It's very, very comfortable, except for I just don't like resting my hand on the wire. That's the only thing that's really bothering me.
What's your favorite art movement?
I go back and forth between the Pre-Raphaelite and Art Nouveau.
And I will assume you cannot do slow mode on here because the poor mods have been going crazy since you
No,
started.
no, I have no control over that.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite comic book series?
Conan. I have every issue.
They want to know your favorite movie.
Oh, The Princess Bride.
Let's see. What's your favorite color?
Payne's Gray.
Any advice on starting to work with watercolors?
Yeah, there is a video on everything I know about watercolors. I would look at that, and that should give you hopefully all the answers you need.
Tell them if they spam the chat, they're going to be timed out because multiple people have been spamming the chat.
Yeah, try not to spam the chat just so that way the mods are able to see
And
the
people
questions
can
and
ask
Donna can.
questions.
Yeah, and no one wants to block anybody.
Any advice for drawing figures?
There is a playlist for 1 minute figure drawing. I would look at that. That's the best way to learn.
Tell everybody where you buy your supplies because everybody's asking about your pen again.
Oh, I get these from jetpens.com, though you can get them on Blick. You can get them on Amazon. There's quite a few places you can get them.
Tell them also to check your resources list
Yeah,
on the website
there's a resource list on my website
of all the supplies you use and supplies you've tried.
of all the supplies I've used and all the supplies that I've tried.
There you go. Because lots of people are asking. Have you ever tried oil paints?
Only in high school.
Tell them with the little wrench next to the blue names on the chat beans.
They are mods. The people with the blue wrenches are mods.
What's your favorite animal?
A cheetah.
What inspires you?
The beauty in the world and other people's art.
Any advice for starting to work with watercolors?
Yes, there is a video on everything I know about watercolors.
Tell Ryan I said hi.
Donna says hi, Ryan. Can you guys hear Donna? So that way I don't have to repeat everything she says.
Hello, can they hear me? I don't know. to assume the answer to that. Oh, Nixie says we can hear her. Okay.
Great.
Have you ever tried Indian food?
I don't think I have.
Are you live on Shorts?
I don't know. I just said hit live. I just went live. That's all I know.
I don't know. Can you go live? If you're live, you're just live, right? There's not a... Okay, well, you've got 425 people watching you right now.
Well, hello, everybody.
Maybe there's a different type of live. I don't know. I don't ask anymore. It's easier that way. Who is Donna?
Donna is my lovely wife.
And if you believe that, I have a bridge in the middle of Arizona I can sell you. Which character of the guild painting do you like the most?
Ooh.
The mice!
I think I like the Aarakocra.
Which type of architecture do you like to draw?
I don't know if I know of a specific type. I like the wherever I'm at. I just like to draw that kind of stuff. I mean, I love like medieval castles and stuff, but I have never really had a chance to sit and sketch a real medieval castle.
You prefer to draw architecture in person?
Yeah, I do.
Graham Cracker says you are live on Shorts.
Okay. I don't know how that's different than going live like I normally do, but
yeah, I don't either. The format is different on my end, but I just assumed YouTube updated something, says Lula from the Tea Foundry. Oh, Obi Mom Kenobi can hear me clearly. Okay, I don't know why, but he's got headphones on, so I don't know why. Mamta wants to know why we're ignoring them.
Mamta, we would never ignore you.
Are you feeling ignored? Well, type a reasonable question into the chat.
We love you.
And we will answer your question. If you're going to spam the chat, I'm going to ignore it. People will see you pop up on their Shorts feed. Oh, higher influx of... That doesn't make any sense. If you go live, you go live, right?
Well, like I said, there's two different kind of feeds.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. Weird. Okay. Today, what is your favorite painting that you've ever done?
Today, they know that I change it every day.
No, the mods actually put in. It could be this or this.
Yeah.
It depends on the day.
The Guild.
If you could choose what fantasy creature you could be, what would it be?
I like elves because they live a long time and they're like really good at art and stuff like that. But I love the idea of a changeling who could turn into different things and different people and whatnot. So one of those two things.
Ayush has a very good question. What is a travel journal?
Oh, a travel journal is something that you take with you out and about into the world, and you, here, let me show you. You write down what you did, where you were, the things you saw, and it's a combination of pictures and words. And it could be in any style or in any way, and
the delay on this is less than the delay that we normally have.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, significant. It's significant.
Would you guys like it if we went live on Shorts like this more often?
I'm assuming the mods would not. Shorts seem to get more engagement for YouTube, but less returns for creators, unfortunately, says Gail.
Oh, okay.
Well, is that the truth?
We don't really get any returns from our lives anyhow, as far as like money.
Oh, Farid's got some sarcasm going in the chat.
Oh boy.
Where we've traveled is not as extensive as where we want to travel.
Yeah, we haven't gone to too many places. Spain, London. When I say Spain, really, Valencia,
yeah.
London, Paris, Venice.
How does King get motivated to draw?
I get motivated, and there's a couple videos on this, but I get motivated from other people's art, from seeing photo reference or seeing a photo or going to a place. But I I like to make art. I want to make art, and so I'm constantly looking for something to draw, for something that will make me excited.
Oh my God, I don't even know if you remember this. What was your first experience with watercolor and alcohol markers?
My first experience with watercolor was probably in college. And my first experience with alcohol markers was definitely in high school.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Please tell everyone that there is a long form video on how to use alcohol markers.
Oh yeah, there's everything I know about alcohol markers. If you're seeing me live for the first time, or you just haven't seen me around in a while, I've been making long form videos because people have been asking me for longer videos to talk about watercolors and talk. So please, please, please go to my videos. There's whole videos on. God, I've been recording this, and again, it's off the screen. So okay. But yeah, there are whole videos on watercolors and markers and colored pencils and everything. So please go check them out.
Let's see, maybe the mods could put a link to the long form with markers in there, and that should help you guys. How long have you been drawing?
For about 50 years.
How, and this is I think really important if you're gonna work in the travel journal. Did you tell people yet, how do you choose what to draw in your travel journal? That's Paramita asks that and says, by the way, this is the most amazing live I have been in.
Oh, well,
With
thank
the
you.
mind blown emoji.
Thank you. Okay, so
How do you choose what to draw in your travel journal?
how do I choose what to draw in my travel journal? Oh, um, I I will show you. So I always start off my travel journal with just a piece of art. Like I'll copy a piece of art or something. This was a statue that I, colored in for myself, but that inspires me. So when I open up my page, I see this and I get inspired. What I sketch is based on where I'm going. So we went to the zoo and we had an encounter where we got to meet Felix, the Sumatran tiger. And so I took photographs and I sketched. I always take a photograph because tigers move, and even if I'm drawing like a friend of mine and we went to Leaper's Fork, and there was a tractor. The tractor wasn't going to move, but the lighting's going to move, or the weather could change, or we could get a swarm of bees or something, and I'll want to finish it later. So I was able to finish it there, but I wound up taking a picture of her service dog too, and so I added that later on. There's a short where, like, I had drawn. There's actually a black ink line right through here, and I talked about how I went over when I decided, oh, I'm going to add the dog here. I had to go and add gouache to cover up the ink line. So I don't always know what I'm going to do. This was our trip to Florida. We went to Disney World for our 30th anniversary. And I sat while Donna was checking in, and I sat in the lobby of the hotel and I sketched this. This I actually did back in the hotel room from a photograph. I did. This was in the middle of Main Street. I was not going to sit and sketch in Main Street, so I did this back in the hotel room. Then we went to Paris. I'm sorry. The next day we went to Paris at Epcot, and I sat and I ate a baguette and I sketched. So this was here. So some of these I did when I had I found a quiet spot where I could sketch, and some of these I didn't. I sat. This was at Animal Kingdom. I sat and I sketched. We ate and we just sat there for like an hour or so, and we sketched. The rest of these I'll do. I remember sketching this one, but I didn't finish it, and then this one I just did completely at the hotel room. So the travel journal, you just, when you have a moment you could sit and sketch, you do. But what I'm doing, like just what I'm doing today was, I the Renaissance Fair was so packed, and I was so overwhelmed that I went home and I didn't get a chance to sketch. So I thought, let me sketch now. So I'm sketching from my photographs. I give myself the grace to say, I won't always. Both of these I sketched in person. I had the time to sit and paint, and it was a lovely day. These I didn't. I sketched from a photograph. So it just depends. I sketched this in person. I sketched this one in person. But to me, they're all the same. Whether I sketch all in one spot. Sometimes I just get the pencils done. Sometimes I get the full painting done, and sometimes I can't do a single bit of it because it's too crowded. It's raining. There's too much going on. There's too many emotions, too many sensory stuff for my autistic brain. But at the end of the day, I try to make sure that I at least make the art, and that's what I'm doing right now. I think that's what happened. I think, anyways. So yeah, so this was last year's Tennessee Renaissance Festival. But yeah, you pick what you're going to draw based on what catches your eye, based on what's going to make a good memory, and you learn that by just doing it. You walk around and you find the right angle, and sometimes it's just where you can find a good place to sit. You just draw. Here I was sketching this because I was sitting at an airport and this was my view. I didn't have too many choices. I wanted to draw, and so I sat and I sketched.
Do you have any tips for drawing the effects of details without getting bogged down in the detail of your reference?
Yeah. You start to learn to edit. You start to learn to simplify what is and isn't important. Everything you see doesn't have to be drawn. For instance, let me see here. Take this out. Let me show you. Okay, so this is my photo reference, right? Can you see here? Okay. Do you see how she kind of did the elven thing where she did the little braids that go in front of her ears? That's what they do in the Lord of the Rings movies. The elves have that. But Hollyana's hair is like 3 feet long.
Oh,
and so she also has a secondary braid here, which just covered up what she it would have been confusing. Why is there a second braid right on top of it? So I didn't draw it because it wasn't important. You learn to edit what is and isn't important for your drawing. I just decided I'm not going to add that braid there because it would have confused the smaller braid. And it's things like that. You learn to edit like you're an editor, what's important to the story.
Do you have a favorite color?
Payne's gray.
How do you find the confidence to sell art, and where's a good place to start? Hold on. They're not going to be able to hear you.
It's okay. They can hear me. I don't have the confidence to sell my art. I don't ever feel like my art is worthy of being sold, but I think there just becomes there comes a point where you kind of have to have um, um, I guess a jumping off point where you have to take a leap of faith, and that's kind of where I am. Is I just decided this is I'm an artist and I have all of this art. I think really what it was there was this point where I had too much art in my drawers, where where I keep all of my art. It was just too much of it, and why am I holding on to it? What's the point of it? And so that's really where what it came down to was that I just thought, uh, why am I hoarding this art? I can't frame it all. I can't keep it all. People are telling me that they would like to see some, to have my art. Let me let me do it. And I sell my art very, very cheaply. I I $100, $150. I'm not selling my art for thousands and thousands of dollars. And so I try to make it affordable, but also to where I don't feel bad about selling it. So that's where I mean, I started off on Etsy. It's not the best marketplace, but actually I started off years ago on eBay. I used to do pinups in colored pencil on eBay. So there's so many things you can do, but
There's a question about, did your art change over the years?
yes, there's a video called "Watch My Art Grow Over 40 Years." Look at that if you want to really see a lot of change.
Do you have any tips on how to create good backgrounds? Just change your mind every time.
There is a video, not short. There's a video on negative space. Look at that, because I talk about backgrounds a bit there.
How do you deal with it when people stop and watch you when you're painting out in the wild?
It doesn't bother me. Normally, they don't really, come up and talk to me. They just might look over my shoulder. Um, they maybe sometimes will say something. I have headphones on, they're noise canceling headphones. And so I don't really pay them any mind. I mean, obviously, I'm never rude or anything like that, but I kind of stick to myself.
Good doggo. People will always be new to the channel and they will always ask introductory questions, even if Scott did a video. They asked you to do a video to introduce yourself, basic info, etc., etc.
Oh, okay.
People will always be new to the channel, so
Yeah, I don't know if I have an introductory video. I know there are some channels that do that. Hi, my name is Scott, and welcome to my channel.
I don't see you doing that.
Yeah, but it's a good idea. Thank you for suggesting it.
What can an artist do to get out of a rut?
There is a video on or short on Artist Block. I would look at that. That might help. But going to a museum and looking at other people's art is definitely something that I do.
What's your favorite era of music?
The 80s. But
Um,
that's when we grew up. We were in our teens in the 80s.
what style is the hardest to draw?
What style is the hardest to draw? Realism is the easiest. I would think Art Nouveau is challenging. Surrealism is pretty hard.
Caricature for you is hard.
Yeah, caricature is difficult too. Yeah.
Do you listen to music?
I do. There's if you go to my website, there is a playlist of some of my music that I listen to.
In one of your videos, you speak about how you picked up things from other artists. Would you recommend doing this?
Oh, absolutely. That's how all artists learn, is by stealing from other artists. And I say stealing in a ironic way. You know, we're not really stealing. We are art isn't copyrighted as far as like a style. And we're all inspired by each other. That's how musicians, it's how writers, it's how uh, all art is shared from one artist to another. And you get inspired by it and you add it to yours, and that becomes unique in its own way.
What pen are you using right now?
This is a zebra brush pen.
How did you find your art style?
There is a video on that called My Art is a Mosaic, but it is from copying the artists that I admired.
And the mods have put a link to that in, so you guys can check
Thank you,
that out.
mods.
How do you deal with negative comments?
I block them. I don't. You don't need to give any pay any heed to negative comments. They don't help you in any way. People are going to say that you need to hear criticisms. You don't. You don't. Make art because it makes you happy.
What is the best change you have made with your artwork?
Learning to stop worrying about perfectionism. Once I stopped trying to make my art perfect, I became so much happier with it.
Was there ever a time you stopped drawing for a long period of time?
Yes, I took 10 years off. In my 30s, I just got so sick of colored pencils and markers that I just did 3D a comic series, and I just worked in animation, and I just didn't draw. And
Would you mind it if someone recognized you and came up to say hi?
I love it when that happens. Someone recognized me a couple times at the Ren Fair, and it was really nice.
With the caveat of don't expect much conversation.
Yeah, I'm not the most conversationally fluent person,
But
but
luckily for you, the person that we met at the Ren Fair was a very good conversationalist and was very excited.
yeah.
Maddie says that your art is beautiful, and as a member of the trans community, your overall acceptance of trans people is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. It is absolutely my pleasure. We love you all.
Jade says, Scott, your art is beautiful and you inspire me to create art, to try new things with my art, and thank you very much for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, these people are asking, how do you pick the base color? I don't know what that
The
means.
base color? Well, with watercolor, you work from light to dark. So usually my base color is warm to give it some warmth. So it's usually a Payne's, a Windsor orange. But if you're looking for like skin tones with watercolors, there's a short and I think a long form video, but there's a short specifically on skin color.
How do we respond when someone steals our art?
I mean, there's a lot of questions that when someone says someone's stealing your art, are they? I'm assuming it's not the physical art. You're saying that they
weren't specific.
They took something that you posted and they're claiming that it's their work. I mean, if that's the case, if they're claiming that it's your work, who are they claiming it to? I guess is the question. If they're going around school saying that that's their work or something, then that's one thing. If it's online and someone took your art and posted it, you have every right to reach out to them and say, hey, this is my art. Can you please remove it? If they don't respond, you can track them down in some way as far as like reach out to the website and see. But I wouldn't waste too much time on that. My art is stolen every day, and the thing that you can do, at least for me, that seems to at least make me happy, is I make sure that my art is everywhere with my name on it. And that way, if anybody sees it, no one's going to think that it is this other person's art. People are going to know that it is my art because I have my website, I have my name on it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you can't really stop people from stealing art. It's just the nature of the internet.
As a growing artist, negative comments break confidence, which takes years to grow. It's just a statement.
Okay.
But if you were going to reply to that, what would you tell them? Just
As a growing artist, what is it?
Negative comments break their confidence, which takes years to grow. Give them a little bit something to work with.
No, you have to picture people giving you negative comments as little tiny trolls. You can't picture them as human beings. And when you see a troll, you just go hide, mute, block, whatever option that you have, and you move on. But when you think about the fact that these people are not artists, they are not creative people. They are only doing it to make people feel bad. So in other words, it has nothing to do with you or your art. It is not personal. It is a little troll that's sole purpose in life is to go and make people feel bad. They have no soul. They have no happiness or joy in their life other than to make people feel bad.
That's how they feel better.
So do not. It's like getting mad at a red light. It's like I was going fine, everything was fine, and then this stupid red light came on. Why does that red light hate me? And the red light is soulless. It has one thing to do, and that's to stop happy people from driving fast. That's it. And so just don't get mad at the red lights. Don't get mad at the trolls.
Why do you tell young artists to copy a reference photo?
Oh my God. That's what every master, Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Monet, Van Gogh, every master artist uses reference. Everyone. Like the Mona Lisa didn't come out of Da Vinci's, imagination. He hired a woman and he painted her. Michelangelo's David he hired a model and he sculpted what he saw. Please understand that. Artists are observers. We have imagination, and there are people like Salvador Dali and there's people like Picasso who just came up with wonderful things out of their head, and that's wonderful. And there's people who do anime and there's people who do comic books who can draw amazing things out of their head. But 90% of the artists that are painters and sculptors and whatnot use reference. That's just what we do. We use reference. We take it from there. Don't worry, dear. I'm not going to show you. If there's a video, a whole bunch of videos on the Guild, and I used reference for every single one of these. Here.
Didn't you show in your videos?
Yeah, I showed all of the reference, but I promise you, I did not at any point hire a dragon for this. Okay, there was not a person in a wheelchair for this. This halfling here, half orc. There was no werewolves, no Therians in my photo references. No elves, no dwarves, no genasies. No, all of this was photo reference, and then I changed it a little bit. Photo reference, and then I use my imagination. But you use photo reference to get your proportions right, to get the lighting right, to get the costumes right, everything. This is what we do. And that's how artists work.
The mods are laughing at, quote, I did not hire a dragon for this.
Let me put this back.
It would be cool if you hired a dragon, though, says Alex.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
How much does a dragon model cost?
So this was out of my head, though I looked at paintings from other people. I looked at sculptures. This was started from photo reference, but then I just modified it so heavily. And then I also found photo reference for a horse, and then I modified that. The background was literally out the hobbit hole, a photo I had taken during the winter. And I used that for reference. We use reference. Why would you limit yourself if you're like, gosh, I wish I could get this hand right? Why would you not use your own hand or a photo of a hand to get it right? What are you proving by making it harder for yourself? I don't understand. All right. I did a little thing today. Let me ask you, did you guys enjoy the vertical? Did you guys like the vertical a little better? Oh, you watched me since the dragon painting. Nice to see you again. Please remember, I am making long form videos too. So please go and look at the long forms. You'd see the whole guild. It's no way you take a picture of a dragon. So you like the vertical. Okay. That's nice. Maybe we'll consider doing that more often. You just like the streams either way. Thank you. You do get to see more with the horizontal, but maybe we could try a little bit of both. Well, I'm glad you stumbled here, distant lover. You just joined. So yeah, we this is I Donna had a business call this morning, and so I just went live without her for the first half, and yeah, Donna's still here. She's watching on her laptop. Normally we do it horizontal, and she's got her own microphone and everything. How do I keep your kneaded erasers from drying up? This is see, I poked holes in it. By stretching them. You got to keep kneading them. What's the easiest way to stop being a perfectionist? Do smaller pieces. Do 1 hour paintings. Do small little stuff. Fill up sketchbooks. Start to think of everything as practice and not that everything you do is a work of art. So that's what I would recommend. Just everything that you're seeing here is just practice for me. It's not like the bigger pieces like the Guild or the Gothic Vampire. That is art. That's I'm trying to do an art, but the rest of it's just practice. No, I don't know who Vex is. My favorite drawing or painting is Spring by Sir Lawrence Amatadima. Hello. Hi, Cam. I feel like all my art is sketches and doodles. How do I commit to a finish line? I think you come to a point to where you're ready to. And just understand that when you're ready to say, okay, I'm going to make a piece of art, first of all, find reference that inspires you. Hi, Mad Cool. Hello in Australia. Find reference that inspires you and get an idea of something that you think is going to make it. Then do a bunch of sketches. I've got some shorts or long form videos, I forget, on thumbnails. Look at making thumbnails and working out your design. Then when you're ready, then you start. But just know, hey, it might not work out, and that's where you get your corner of shame. Okay, it's not going to work out. Try again or move on to a different piece. Oh, thank you for buying the guild poster. Oh, hello, Netherlands. So I'm gonna just because I never get to do this, I'm gonna just do a quick little walkthrough of the
Okay.
Hobbit hole. I'm not gonna show Donna, don't worry. Um, and and then we will say goodbye because it is been an hour and a half. But yeah, here's where I keep my art, my paintings. Here's the dragon and the centaur. Here's the guild. There's the gothic vampire. And this drawer is actually all the paintings that are for sale. So if you guys ever want to own an original piece, we still have a bunch left. There's some from the 80s and the 90s and whatnot. So if you ever want to own a piece of original art, we actually have some of these up for sale. Okay. Thank you all for stopping by. And we will see you on Friday. We hope you have a wonderful Wednesday, and we love you all. Say goodbye, dear.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. And thanks again, mods.